Underdog Fantasy might be one of the more well-known DFS apps, but yet the most underrated of them all. For those of you that don't know what Underdog Fantasy is, it is a daily fantasy sports platform where you choose higher or lower on players' projections. For example, if Kevin Durant's line is set at 25.5 points and you chose higher than 25.5 points and he goes over that number, then you would win. But let's say he scored 23 points, which is lower than 25.5 points, you would lose. In order to build out a slip on Underdog Fantasy, you have to have at least 2 players that are on separate teams in your slip. And from there, you can build slips from 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8 player slips. But let me stop you there. For the most part, Underdog Fantasy is a set payout platform where no matter if you select the higher or lower, your payout is not going to change for selecting either one of those outcomes. And now that we know that, we are able to find slip types on Underdog that give us a huge edge. And this is why I say they are underrated. Their 6-pick flex slip type is easily the best slip type in all of these set payout platforms. As you guys can see right here, let me break it down for you. And since they are that set payout platform, we can do a little math and find out the details and how to gain an edge for each of these slip types here on Underdog. And lucky for you, we've already done the math and laid it out right here for you. As you guys can see here, in the 6-pick flex slip type, the best slip type in the industry and here on Underdog, you can see if you go 6 of 6, you get a 25x payout. If you go 5 of 6, you get a 2.6x payout. If you go 4 of 6, you get 0.25x, meaning that each individual leg in your 6-pick entry, you are getting at minus 116 odds. And because we know all of this information and that we are getting each individual leg at minus 116, we know that in order to be profitable over the long term, playing this 6-man flex slip type on Underdog, we need to hit our individual props at above a 53.7% to be profitable long term, which is the lowest individual hit rate needed in order to be profitable over the long term on any slip type in the industry. So from there, it is super easy to find props that give you an edge against Underdog when played in the 6-pick flex slip type. And I do exactly this by using this website called Daily Grind Fantasy that helps me compare sportsbooks lines and odds directly back to Underdog and other different DFS apps like PrizePicks and bettors as well to find the best possible value. It does all of the hard work for you by line comparing and doing the math on the back end to devig these lines and find the true fair odds percentage or odds percent to hit. The sportsbooks are really giving those plays. And as you can see, the sportsbooks are giving a ton of plays above a 53.7% chance to hit. So you're able to get in all of these plays above that number into 6-man flexes on Underdog. And if you do that over the long term, you are going to be profitable playing this slip type on UD. And it's really as simple as this. I found 6 plays that on Daily Grind Fantasy have above a 54.7% chance. And not only that, they are extremely off. For example, even in esports, you can find an edge here on Underdog. Sound under 32.5, maps 1 and 2 kills, has a great edge playing it on UD. You have 2 different data points, 2 different DFS apps that are setting a projection for this. PrizePicks had it set to 30, and then Parlay Play has it set to 30.5, and they are favoring the under of 30.5. You get this basically 2 kills off from the entire establishing market between 2 other DFS books that is clearly off here on Underdog, as they are very much the outlier at 32.5 compared to those books. Or Caden Lee over receiving yards here, you can see it's 3 full yards off from FanDuel, 2 yards off from Fliff, and they're slightly favoring him to go over. Or it is matching Hot Streak, which is not really a super sharp book, but they are very heavily favoring him to go over at minus 231.5. Here we have Moses Wright, EuroLeague rebounds over 5.5. Right? However, we know that we are getting it at minus 116, but if we look at the odds across the sportsbook market, some sharper books like FanDuel here have this minus 145, meaning it is very heavily favored to happen and go over 5.5 rebounds. You can see some other books favoring him to go over 5.5, and even some books bumping up to 6.5, and PrizePicks has already bumped this up to 6. So very clearly, this should not be priced at 5.5, let alone at minus 116 odds. I gave you a few examples there, but the rest of the plays are super off in this slip as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter it in for a 25x 6 flex slip type here on Underdog. Now, just because I locked in amazing value and these plays all have above a 53.7% chance to hit, does not mean that this slip is guaranteed to hit. I did not just 25x my money just by entering in this slip. No. Over the long term, I am going to be profitable as long as I keep doing this. If you guys consistently want to gain an edge against the books and profit on these different DFS apps, PrizePicks, Underdog, BettorPicks, whatever DFS app you can think of, go down in the link in the description, sign up for Daily Grind Fantasy, start using the tools, start betting with an edge, and use code DustinDGF down in the link in the description to sign up, and you will get 25% off your very first month. Now, if you want to go one step further in gaining an edge and moving quick, you can sign up for their AI slip generator as well. This tool uses AI line comparing technology and correlation calculations to find the best props and correlation, put them into slips, where all it simply does is build out the slip for you, and you just tail it. None of the manual hard work of line comparing off the optimizer or anything like that. It does everything for you in a split second, builds out a slip. All you simply do is come to the tool and tail the recommended slips off the tool for all of these different DFS apps, and I promise you guys, it works, it wins. Since August of 2023, this tool is up over 2,800 units. And one of the coolest things about this tool is that if you use PrizePicks, it doesn't get any faster than this. With one click of a button, this will load up the slip into your PrizePicks account, where all you are simply going to do is just enter in how much you want to play it for and lock in this value. This tool really helps you beat the bumps and lock in value before it moves. I do have a special code for the AI slip generator. I'll also leave it down in the link in the description, but if you use code DUSTIN99AI, you will actually get the AI slip generator at the cheapest price ever offered. Instead of $300 a month, you will get it at $99 a month, which equals just $3 a day when you use that code. Once again, down in the link in the description. I really don't think many people know that Underdog offers that 6-man slip type that is the best in the industry, which is why I made this video. But real quick, another slip type I love on Underdog is the 3-man power 6x payout slip type, where you're getting each individual leg at -122 odds, and you need to be right on your individual legs or find props off the optimizer that have above a 59.9% chance to hit in order to be profitable over the long term, which oftentimes there are plays on Underdog that have above a 55% chance to hit. You just wouldn't know unless you had a tool like this that spotted all of this value and told you guys. I promise if you were trying to manually line compare Underdog to major sportsbooks like FanDuel or DraftKings, it would take far too long and you would miss out on a ton of value. That's why it's so clutch pairing Daily Grind Fantasy and Underdog together. I mean, it's literally like a cheat code. And now hopefully I opened up your guys' eyes to how underrated and how profitable Underdog Fantasy actually is. If I did, make sure you guys leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel as we post sports betting content like this every single week. Peace.